Well, back in 2002, back when Saban still really had more control over Patranger than Disney, one of their main ideas to adapt Hurricaneger was to make a spy theme instead of using the ninja theme that they were given. And that idea was called Hexagon. It involved Tommy Oliver pretty much controlling all the past teams in one giant building, kind of like the Pentagon, except since most teams have 6 Rangers, except for, like, Turbo, well, it's kind of debatable. And then they added Ryan for Lightspeed Rescue, but that's a topic for another time. Might even put on the other channel because it's about my own adaptation of what we're going to get into right now. What's up, my guys? Lindsay Yale. Welcome back to another Debate in Theory, and well, today we're talking about the newest Sentai, Lupinranger vs. Patoranger. Roberts vs. Cops, or what I translated as Phantoms vs. Hexagon. So, both teams start with two factions. The Hexagon, the non-Hexagon, and which are filled with Wild Force in the original concept. And Hexagon Rangers headed by Billy, because I decided, spoiler alert, in the first episode, to kill off Tommy. Just so we have more conflict and more, like, uncomfortableness. And to film a bit more time. So, like, G-Sang Galaxy Squad and my adaptation, those are more mature seasons compared to Ninja Steel, Dino Charge, Megaforce, and Samurai. And now our Phantoms would still be headed under Jason, except there wouldn't be really affiliated with Wild Force. Wild Force would be there a bit, but it's not really going to be as important to the plot as it would have been in Hexagon, mainly because Hurricaneger versus Galranger. But that's potentially the only verses they would have would be, if possible, would be Lupinranger versus Patoranger versus Q-Ranger, or what I say make next Sentai Kaga Ranger, or full title being O Sentai Kaga Ranger, or King Squadron Power Ranger, but technically Kaga Ranger I want to adapt first because it would be cooler as a mini-series to hark back on Mystic Knights. And also kind of want to plan it better for the plot, because there's the villains are called the Gnarlers, and they've stolen the Lupin collection, which was actually created by Arsene Lupin himself. And then there's like, our goal is to keep our Lupin protect our Lupin collection from anybody else, and the Pattern's pretty much like, keep it, put it on sales, and probably put it in a museum, so it's very protected. More protected than 3 Lupinrangers can do. Or, at least we only know 3 Lupinrangers. It could possibly be, since I think we heard that, like, red is like 17, yellow's 19, and blues in his 20s. So there probably could be more more people with Lupinrangers, but they only chose 3 people, just because they wanted to choose 3 people, or they gave those 3 over to the Power Rangers, and that's why they have the same morpher. But that's the question: why do both teams have the same morpher? Except one have plane-themed vehicles, they put them on the top, and then Power Rangers have car-themed vehicles, and they go on the bottom. Why? Why? It's not as bad as making the Lupinrangers red, blue, yellow, and the Power Rangers and Patoranger being red, green, pink. I think it's more for experimenting there. Like, they kind of brought back the Orange Ranger in Toku-Lupinranger and Zyuohger, and now in Q-Ranger as being part of the core team again. I would like to see more, and female greens as well. And maybe female red and Shikinger, and looks like female red failed, or they're doing a weird pattern thing, kind of like female blue Rangers. I'm not going to talk about that pattern this episode, but maybe another time, but the Toku-Lupinranger that had the first female Blue Ranger that could be adapted into Power Rangers, because even though they were trying to get Jetman, nope, they went with G-Ranger. But anyways, in short, that's pretty much what I got at for the story. Lupinranger's treasure has been stolen, and the Power Rangers and Lupinrangers must work. Sometimes we'll try and work together, but even with that, they're going to be still at odds. We're probably going to see them more in the beginning than later on. So it's pretty much thinking of adapting is that Billy, after Tommy's killed by Lupin Yellow, or Phantom Yellow, aka Chelsea Scott, aka, yes, Jason's daughter, and put in my mind that Annie LeBlanc should play her. But I think she's more a singer and not an actress, but I could seriously be wrong. I don't follow Bertaley, but I do follow, but I'm subscribed to Flim and Katie, but that's not really my cup of tea in terms of content, but I digress. I do digress. And technically these villains are from a parallel universe that the Power Rangers and Lupin Rangers are going to be facing, so could they possibly in the Q Ranger universe? And then the verse is that they go to the Q Ranger universe to try and figure out the Gnarlers, and then like the remnants of the Shogun, and then they release, and then they somehow work, and the remains, new monsters come out of the other side called the Southern Cross Army. So, and that would lead into a series later down the line, which I'm calling Jet Coaster Sendai Kimitsu Ranger, or Roller Coaster Squadron Secret Ranger, mainly because it alludes back to Go Ranger, because I really think if one of the Go Rangers, like their mentor, like descendant of, would be their mentor, and then it's kind of he's not to be a ranger, but like a niece and nephew would be like the extra rangers of that series. But I digress again. And then there's some aspects I do want to talk about the images is that they have started to grow on me. The shoulder padding for the Power Rangers is probably the weakest. Like, the Power Rangers probably do look weaker than the Lupin Rangers. Well, the Lupin Rangers have capes, and I do feel I grew them quicker. I don't know, the visor wizard thing, it kind of looks cross between Time Force and a top hat. Even the Lupin Zords have top hats, even though they're more like locks, like a combination on your locker in a school. But Power Rangers, they have the badge on their hats, on their helmets, kind of like the Deca Rangers and SPD do. So it's kind of makes sense that they're still doing that for this season, but then why is it called S? But why is Patoranger called S and the Lupin Rangers have the V on them? That's probably learned the first episode or two, but we aren't seeing that till February 11th, I think. Yeah, February 11th at 9:30 in Japan. Yeah, that's the schedule. See, I'm probably gonna put up some scans and other stuff to the side, but yeah, the Megazords, like, they're tenders have like batons coming off of Nigo Green and Sango Pink, but Lupin Rangers don't really have a lot going on, like, out in Megazord form, but their Zord, but the blue and yellow Zords do have interesting things, like the blue has a Gatling gun and the pink has a saw blade. I mean, not pink, yellow has a saw blade, like. So yes, they're definitely, I'm probably going to see a lot more interesting stuff from Lupin Rangers than the Power Rangers. Even the Power Rangers' main weapon is a megaphone baton, and Lupin Rangers has a claw. I'm sure that could have sprout electricity if they want to, for like maybe just at least once it should sprout electricity. Like, That's definitely what Claws should do. No. No, it's just me being crazy. Yep. But definitely, that would look cool. I'm so good on this story already have so far. I even named the Ultra Zord, even though we probably aren't gonna see any images of the Ultra Zord till like fall. But we'll just wait and see. This has been Lindsay Yale. Comment, like, subscribe, and am I really done? Do I want to talk more about my own adaptation plans for this than I've already gone into? Or should I just leave you with more scans? Now, I'm probably leaving you with more scans. This has been Lindsay Yale, and I'll see you next time.